So on this day, I went on a random drive. I was bored, it was raining, there was no electricity. So I just drove, along the Goreti Road. Then went and discovered a place, where there's some forest, and I decided, why not? Let me drive into the forest, because I haven't watched enough horror movies, right? Yeah, so I drove into the forest, driving empty roads. It was boring until I came across, what seemed to be like a forest far ahead. What I later learned to be a KEFRI Forest. Yeah, but along the drive, I came across some cars, and of course, I met a twin sister of mine. You just wait for it. He's coming. A twin sister of mine. No, not this one. This one is not it. The next one, you see, she's flashing lights at me. How isn't she a beauty? Yeah. So having seen my twin sister gave me confidence. I mean, if she's coming from the forest, I knew I too can conquer, and I decided to drive on into the forest. What I came across a few minutes later really amazed me. Wait for it. I had always seen the KEFRI Forest in influencer videos, but voila, here it was right in front of my eyes. Yeah, I mean, the scenery is magnanimous. So I drove on, taking in the scenery, enjoying the fresh air, looking through the trees just to see what lies beyond. Of course, again, it was my first time recording, so I was trying to juggle between driving and recording. And of course, men don't really excel at multitasking, so my phone kept falling down. But anyway, I decided that I had to give this content creation thing a try, and I drove on. Yeah, just enjoying the beauty. I would have loved to stop and just stop somewhere and just soak in the beauty, but I didn't see anybody having stopped, so I just decided to drive on because I didn't want problems with either KEFRI or whoever else. And while I was still driving, I came across this side of KEFRI Forest that you have never seen before. I mean, many influencers have gone to KEFRI, but trust me, your favorite influencer has not shown you this side of the KEFRI Forest. It's where you just drive deep into the forest. It's lush, it's green, a bit scary. To be honest, I was a bit scared driving because just driving into the forest and there's nobody really got me a little scared. But hey, what's life without a little scare? This place made me remember all the horror movies I've seen and how black people just don't drive into danger, but I still kept going. It had rained heavily for the last 2 days, but the road here has been upgraded to Maram standards, so it was quite passable. No issues really. Just a few potholes here and there, but that's expected. And when you're driving on a dirt road into a deep forest that doesn't look like anybody has been here, except this Ndudi guy that I came across. At this point, I had driven so far. I was thinking of turning back to just get back on the main road. But then I saw these two cars and this bike driving in front of me. And I thought, these guys must know a way to the road. So I decided to follow them again. Like, I haven't watched enough horror movies, but hey, what is life without adventure? You will notice that the forest vegetation is not as dense as it was previously. So this is a clear indication that I'm almost coming into where there's a town or where there's some sort of settlement. Yeah, but it's still forested. It's amazing to imagine that this is still Nairobi County. And yeah, I came to a tarmac road, a junction. At this point, I decided not to follow the Pro Box and the lorry because I figured that they were going back to Zambezi, and that seemed to me like an obvious route. I mean, I was running away from lack of electricity in the house, so I decided to take the road going the opposite direction, just so that I can continue my adventure and see what lies hidden in this part of Nairobi. You can see how the KEFRI Forest is big. It extends really far and wide. Here, I think I'd done maybe like 5-6 kilometers, and the forest still seems to be going on and on. But on the other side of the tarmac road is some settlements. So as I drove further, I came across quite a very developed area with nice homes. Here I believe I was driving parallel to the Nakuru-Nairobi highway, most probably around the Kiambaa area, but yeah, those who know can confirm. This place almost looks like somewhere in Central Province or deep in Western Province, somewhere very remote. But imagine, this is Nairobi, the Nairobi that you have never seen or probably never will, because you only go to KEFRI, where there's just the forested, the nice looking forested area. But yeah, do adventure those roads leading to nowhere, and you will come across such beautiful places. The drive led me to this village, and here I got to test the all-wheel drive system of my car. I was almost coming to the end of my adventure, because I could see the Nakuru-Nairobi highway on the horizon, and at this point I think I'd done too much of driving into the unknown, so I was very eager to get back on the main road. Barabara on the right, itoke nayo itaenda kwa barabara. Haya, thank you. Naona ni yako amire yule. Naona ndio mlitoka sawa. And that was my adventure into the side of KEFRI Forest that your favorite influencer has never bothered to show you. It was quite fulfilling for me, and a good experience for me to just record video and try and make content. If you liked it, like the video, share, subscribe. If you didn't like it, go to the comment section. Beautiful.